Hey guys, welcome back to my channel.
This one is for the boys with the booming system. Top down AC with the coolest system. When he come up in the club, he be blazing up. Got stacks on.
And so today we are going to be making some chicken birria tacos. I don't know if you still call it birria if it's chicken, but I'm gonna just call it that. This is gonna be my second time making them. I made them for the very first time, I want to say like 2 weeks ago, and I love them. My family loved them too. I made them a little spicy, so this time I'm going to try and not make it as spicy. So I only used one of those like dried chili peppers that you're supposed to get from the grocery store, and then I used maybe like I think 3 of the little chili peppers that are dried. So they're soaking in hot water right now. You just need them to be really soft and not so crunchy, so that when you blend it up in the blender, it blends in nicely with the peppers and everything else that you want to add in there. So without further ado, I'm just gonna go right ahead and start chopping it up. So first I'm gonna just go ahead and cut up these onions, slice and dice them real nice. Next, I'm going to take this red pepper and just slice that up and put it in the bowl. So now that I chopped up my onions and my red peppers, I'm going to put them into the blender, and I'm going to put them in the blender with the peppers that I let sit in the hot water. Once again, I just let the peppers sit in hot water so they could soften up. And I only used one of these like chipotle chili peppers because they get hot. And I looked it up and I realized that I used way too many last time. It was good, you could still taste the flavor, but it was so spicy. So I'm going to put the peppers in here along with my bell peppers and my sweet onion. After I add my mixture, I'm just going to blend it up a little bit. Then I'm going to add some water so it can make it a little bit more smoother. Here I'm just going to take that mixture I blended up in the blender, and I'm going to strain it through this strainer into the bowl. I only want really the liquid for right now, just because that's what I'm going to cook the chicken in. Now I'm going to add some olive oil to this pan and let that heat up a little bit. After washing my chicken, wash our chicken, y'all, I'm going to add some of my seasonings. And for real, it's all about preference how you want chicken to be seasoned. But I used all these seasonings on my chicken, and I stopped and paused for a second so y'all could see what I was using. And then I'm just going to go ahead and mix this chicken up. And don't act like your grandmothers wasn't mixing the chicken up and making sure all that seasoning was on there with their hands. So please don't say ugh in the comments, because it's not ew. And then once that olive oil heats up in the pan, I'm going to go ahead and put my chicken in the pan. Now, I'm not going to cook my chicken fully just because I'm going to allow it to boil later on in the broth we made. But for right now, I'm just going to sear the chicken. That means to just get it brown a little bit on both sides. And then once I feel like my chicken is browned enough, I'm just going to go ahead and add the broth. Okay, moving on to the rice. I just put some water in there. That's the rice I'm going to use. And I put the rice in there once the water starts boiling, y'all. Don't put it in there while the water's still heating up. And I like to mix it around, give it a little mix before I start adding my spices and seasoning and stuff. Add some butter to your rice. It's going to make it taste better. Butter make it taste better. And then I'm going to allow my rice to cook on low heat. Okay? All right. Okay, now I feel like my chicken has been seared enough. So I'm going to go ahead and pour in that broth I made earlier. And I'm just going to saturate all the chicken in that. And then I'm going to add a little bit of that chili water that the chilies was soaking in, just to fully cover the chicken. And then I added some chipotle Tabasco sauce. It's the best. I love this sauce. And then I'm adding a little bit of that paste that was left over and some onions for flavor. I'm going to add some garlic as well. And then I'm just going to give it a good mix. Add a few bay leaves. And cover that bad boy up and let it slow cook. Moving on to the guacamole portion of the video, I'm going to go ahead and chop up some red onion. I love onions, but I especially love red onions. They're so good to me. So I chop up some red onions. Then I'm going to chop up my jalapenos. I'm going to use 2 because I like my guacamole spicy. Next, I'm going to cut open my avocado just like this. And I'm going to show y'all how to get the seed out. You see that? Just like that. And the little seed come right out. Then I scoop my avocado out of its, I don't know what you want to call it, the shell. I don't know. But I scoop it out like that. Then I put it in the bowl. This looks so good, y'all. I want some guacamole right now. Then I go ahead and I cut my lime up. And I put little like slits in it so it can like open it up more, so I can squeeze the juice out easily into the bowl. And then I'm gonna cut up some cilantro and put that in the bowl and then start mixing everything together. Next I'm gonna add my seasonings, but y'all, I'm not gonna show y'all everything I put in my guacamole now because then I just be giving it away. Like, you just, no, sorry. So I'm going to show y'all the salt and the pepper and the tahini. But then after that, I'm going to just show y'all me mixing it up like this. And then what y'all want to do while y'all still cooking y'all taco meat and all that with the chicken, go ahead and cover up your guacamole and put it in the refrigerator and let it sit and cool. So that way when you're ready to eat, it's nice and fresh. Voila, magic. That looks so good, y'all. And look how it's falling apart. Like, stop playing with me, for real. Stop playing with me. But that's what you want before you take the chicken out of the pot. Okay, moving on to the rice. The rice is done. Looks so good. It's not sticking to the bottom or nothing of that nature. Look at that. Okay. Now I'm just going to go ahead and take the chicken out of the pots. And then I'm going to move on to pulling the chicken apart. So you want to get you 2 forks and you want to just like use one fork as like an anchor and the other one you can use it as like your pulling fork, I guess you could say. And pull the chicken to pieces.
like this. Next, get you a bowl so you can pour out your broth into the bowl. And that's what you're going to use like as the dipping sauce as well. And then I'm just going to go ahead and slice up some more onion and some more cilantro and throw that in the dipping sauce so that way, I don't know, it's really just garnishing it, I guess you could say, because it don't really do much. Then I'm going to take my tortillas and I'm going to put some olive oil in my pan and fry my tortillas. And I'm going to add a little bit of the dip on one side so it can like make it brown faster or give it like that color, I guess you could say. And once I do that, I'm going to put it in the pan. I'm going to add my mozzarella cheese and then I'm going to add my chicken, maybe a little bit of sauce on top. And then I'm going to flip it, and then it's going to be done, y'all. It's really that simple. I'm going to show y'all 2 times. Just 2 times. Because I made more than 2 tacos, but I'm not going to show y'all all the tacos I made. I made a lot of tacos, but just keep watching. You'll learn. Alright, y'all, and this is the finished product. I hope y'all all enjoyed this video, and leave a comment down below if you tried it.